is hanging out, and she's got paint on her because she's been touching everything. So hey y'all, hey. I am gonna be hanging out with Layla. She's gonna be tuning in here in just a few minutes. She's gonna hop on with me and help me host today's party. But how are you guys doing? If you have yet to do so, please go ahead and click the link above. I think it's streamyard.com/Facebook, and allow StreamYard to recognize who you are. So that way, when you comment, we know who you are and we can say hello and all that good stuff. And let me just make sure that I am live here in the group, and we're going to be getting started here in just a few minutes. How is your weekend going? How have you guys been holding up with all that is going on in the world? Like everything, right? We got coronavirus. We got, I heard Kanye running for president today. Lord, it's a lot. How are you guys doing? A little mental health check in. How are things going? Especially those of you who are entrepreneurs. How are you holding up in this time? I would like to know. July is actually Melanin Mental Health Month, so I'm actually going to be giving you guys some more information later on this month. Actually, later on this week, I'm sorry, on some tips that you can do as entrepreneurs to make sure that you take care of your mental health, right? Making sure that we are in tip top shape. I know, I think she's sleepy. So let me just check and make sure that we're live. And we're going to be diving right in. So, this is a vision board party. And for those of you who have yet to join a vision board party with me, I actually host vision board parties so that um, it's just a time to collectively sit and organize all of our goals that we have for the year. And this is for the remainder of 2020. So, of course, we're talking about our goals for 2020, right? We all got goals for 2020 that we want to reach. And so, what we're going to be doing over the next hour or so is hey, Mickey. I know that's Mickey because she said, miss you, yo, but Facebook is telling you're a Facebook user. Good. Mentally focused. That is great. I am happy to hear that. So, I hope you guys, at least if so we're going to jump right in actually. And today, while we're meeting, while we're partying, we're going to talk about 5 things that you can do, 5 activities that'll help you in the goal setting process. I let you guys know last week that I am going to be doing a goal setting boot camp, and I'm going to give you guys some examples from this boot camp, but um, this is going to be, we're going to talk about 5 different ways that you can actually goal plan and make it strategic and set it up in a way that this is how you're going to make these goals come to fruition, right? Because it's nice if you have a beautiful vision board, but it's nicer if this vision board helps you manifest the things that you're putting on there. So, hopefully, if you are tuning in today, you had at least a day or so to prepare. I actually did not prepare for my vision board. I kind of knew in my head what I was going to do, but I didn't prepare as far as getting my pictures and printing them and all until this morning at about 5 a.m. So I organized my pictures, and then I actually went to the store and got a couple of things. I just got like these little felt sheets to add my pictures to because I printed them on paper and they're a little flimsy. And I am going to be doing my vision board on a cork board. So I got those and some push pins. But real quick, let's talk about the different ways that you can do a vision board, right? So a vision board is one of the best ways that you can begin to manifest what you want in life, what you desire, the type of money you want, the job that you want, whatever it is that you want to manifest. A vision board does a couple of things. Number one, it allows you to get really crystal clear on what it is that you want, right? You have to be crystal clear about what it is that you're putting on there. If you want a dollar amount, you want to put clearly what that dollar amount is. If you want a promotion, you want to put in there clearly what this promotion is. And so when you begin to think about the process of creating a vision board, you begin with this idea of what is it I want. It's this process where you have to kind of dig deep and really think about what it is that you want. And Leela's to give her about 10 minutes. So she'll be here in about 10 minutes. But you want to think about what it is that you want. And when you really specifically get down and dirty and think about what it is that you want, you can specifically attract those things. So you really need to be specific. And we know that part of the SMART goal process, the first thing is that you want it to be a SMART goal, right? You want it to be very specific. Specific. M is for measurable. You want to be able to measure this process out so that you don't get discouraged and that you stay on track. And then girl, what you doing? A is attainable. You want to make sure that it is an attainable goal. I believe R. I'm drawing a blank here. I got the sheet here somewhere, but we know about SMART goals. I talk about those all the time. We talked about these before. So, anyways, when we talk about SMART goals, specific is the key thing that we want to do. So, allowing yourself to figure these things out, and a vision board can be any different way, you guys. It can be a physical board. I like to have a physical either poster board or a uh, cork board for mine. But you can do one digitally. You can do one on your phone. I've had them as screensavers before. You can get a shadow box. I actually have a shadow box upstairs, and I'm going to help my son do his vision board in. My daughter is using some poster boards, so you can use so many different medias. Like it doesn't have to be one way or another. It can be, like I said, physical. It could be a 3D thing. It could be a digital photos, another way to do a good vision board, because the idea is that you continue to see these images that help you and allow you to visualize what it is that you want, right? So I'm going to give you guys an example. Here is one of the things that I'm going to put on my board. You probably can't read it, but it is a picture of a vegan plate of food. So there's like butternut squash and avocado and carrots and tomato and chickpeas and peas, and it looks like either couscous or I don't know. But anyways, this is vegan plate. It looks really good to me. So, and then the quote that it says is your health requires healthy food. And I'm going to put this on my vision board because I want it to be a visual reminder of the fact that I need healthy food when I want pizza or tacos or whatever else that I really shouldn't have. It's not really a healthy food, right? This allows me to get this reminder and this visual. It's okay that I need to eat healthy food. So, again, another one, a really good one. This is millionaire. Next exit. I want to be a millionaire, of course. And so, seeing this each and every day on this corkboard next to my desk is a reminder of this goal that I want to be a millionaire. Another one, I want to be a blogger. This helps me in times where I remember that I need to blog. Subscribe for my YouTube channel. So all of these things are things that I want, and putting them visually on a board so that I can see them is going to help these things kind of manifest, right? What we don't admit is that dreaming big is really scary, right? It's really scary. And so we want to be able to cope. We want to be able to stay on track. We want to be able to not get easily distracted and discouraged and down, and remember what our goals are, right? We want to remember. So these vision boards are going to help us in doing that by giving us a visual that we're going to be looking at all the time. Live, laugh, love, drink coffee, right? That's just a reminder for me to relax because sometimes I get a little uptight. So this is going to be my physical digital, or I'm sorry, vision board, right? If you have decided to do your vision board, let me know in the comments what version of a vision board are you doing. Are you doing a physical vision board? What place in your house are you putting it so that you can see it every day? What kind of things do you want on there? Like, what's the big scary things that you tell people and they laugh because it just sounds nuts? But it can be real objects, it can be places, it can be events, it can be goals, it can be pretty much anything you want it to be, my dears. So really dream big when you think about the things that you want to put on your vision board. Right. Listen, I'm actually, this is just the start of mine. I don't like to fill mine up like all the way, because I like to leave room for adding things as they come to me. Um, but I definitely like to fill it up and make it pretty. Alexa, volume 3. So I want you guys to spend some time. You can grab a magazine. You can look on Google if you're doing a digital one. That's super easy. You could just look on Google and get some images. You can use Canva to make a collage or a different photo app, whatever it is that you want to do. There's Leela. There she goes.
Hey, sorry about that. We had a
Hey.
little blowout
Well, you
situation with
know,
Miss
we gotta love the
Pepsi
kids, right? Because
right
Scout wasn't supposed to be right
right
here
at
right now.
2:59.
What we gonna do, right? We gotta be moms, right? How are
I was
you?
like, as soon as I looked at your message, I was weak. I'm good. Everything is great. I got my pictures. Oh, wait. Did I leave my Dollar Tree bag in the car? Oh my goodness. Give me 2 seconds. I got like some cute little glittery letters and stuff.
Oh
Hold
yeah,
up.
it's a
Pepsi didn't
party
hit all
now,
my
y'all.
surprises. Yeah, so give me 1 second.
So look, doing vision boards is fun. And the reason that I wanted to actually do this party is really because Leela and I had a session last week, and we talked about the fact that we needed to redream. Like it's a new half of the year. What we going to do? And so we decided that we was going to do our vision boards again. And we decided we were going to go live and hang out with y'all and do this as a group. So why not? I'm trying to mix this up with my colors here. I constantly need positive self talk reminders because you guys know, in full transparency, that's the reason I wrote the book. I struggle with positive self talk often. And so this is actually, this part of my vision board is all positive self talk right here. So that's why it has I am in the middle. What you doing, wee wee?
So I thought I left my Dollar Tree bag in the car, but I didn't. It was in the living room. And I'm multitasking. So I'm like cleaning kitchens, giving babies baths, grilling wings, and doing a dream board.
Always, 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 right?
Yes.
I just
But
stopped cleaning because Brian and I are doing the room and everything. So I just stopped cleaning.
yes.
It's time to do it. But we didn't put it off. We did not make any excuses. We are ready to do this.
Good. I'm super excited. I can't wait to see what everything looks like.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys show us what you're putting on yours, because I showed what I was putting on mine, at least some of
Oh,
mine.
okay. So
And
yes.
Nikki is hanging out with us. I think that she's still here.
So I have a couple things, a couple images that I printed out. I'm gonna cut these out and put these at the top of my dream board. These little graphics here,
Yeah.
and then this time, usually on my dream board, I put like a lot of like things that I want, like literally things. You know what I mean? So now
Right.
at this point, I've created a bunch of vision boards. And as I progress, my vision changes, of course. So
Mm-hmm.
now at this point, I do have some things that I'm gonna put on there, but it's more or less things that I want to happen with me and my business and things like that. So, but I do have the only two physical things that I have on there, which is gonna be like my number one, which is my mom car, my Range Rover,
Hey,
my mom car.
you
And
deserve it.
yes, and then my dream house. This is my dream, a dream home for me.
Yay.
So yes. And then also I'm going to, of course, put my debt free up there. I had some better scissors and I don't know what I just did
Yeah,
with
my
them.
scissors that I just used was garbage to make these, and that's
Oh
all I
my
could.
God. Like, I'm like, ew. I just had like my favorite scissors. Now I don't know where they're at,
You
but
just reminded me though, because I need to put some on here for my house. Like even though we got the house, I have um renovation goals.
yes,
So I need to print out some pictures of what I want my house to look like when I'm finished.
yes. So,
Like
so
when I tell
yeah.
y'all can manifest like anything. I had manifested a clean house because I don't even know what these kids been doing, but the house has been like super clean lately just because I haven't been stressing about it. And my focus has been like, I have a clean house.
Right.
I got a clean house, you know? But it's been nice. I gotta
This has
go.
been nice.
It's nice. I gotta go and get my markers in the other room real quick. So what works best for you? Have you ever tried a digital vision board? Because I tried one and
Yes,
I liked it, but I didn't really like it.
it doesn't work for me. It does not work for me. I need something that I'm steady looking at either on my desk, on my wall, something like that.
I think there was a
Um,
time that it would have worked better for me, like when I used to be in my phone all the time, but I don't spend as much time on my phone now.
yeah,
So I think that's probably why personally I don't think it works as well for me. And I like to have something physical near my desk where I'm
yeah,
working.
me too.
I got that picture that you put. All right. I'm missing some pictures though. I know I'm missing some. That's not right. I'm missing at least two pictures. And I need my markers. I'll be right back.
It's still on. What am I doing? I need a letter I. I got like these little letters here that I got at the Dollar Tree just because they were $1 and they're glittery.
I tried to see if Scott was gonna let me put her down. She's not about that life.
Nah, I'm surprised Pepsi let me lay her down
She's
to
not.
take a nap without her screaming her head off. She usually yells for a good 15 minutes before she decides, like, all right, it is nap time.
Like now I'm ready.
Right.
So
Her
while we
dad be
were
all feeling
on,
bad for her. Her dad be like, oh. something's wrong. I'd be like, well, go in there and get her. He'd be like, I don't think I should do that. Well, ain't that wrong?
Right. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
That,
So while we're working on these, I will go on with number two, the second activity that you can do for goal setting. Journaling, y'all. Journaling is so wonderful. I think some of the most successful entrepreneurs that I know, that I've heard of, and I've read books by, they all journal in some way, shape, or form. Whether that's, I actually keep a couple of journals. I have a mindfulness journal, I have a personal development journal, and I also keep a dream journal, like of my actual dreams that I have.
mm-hmm.
So those are the three journals that I have, and I think that um, number one, I believe that journaling allows us this freedom that we probably have in that we may not have any other time, right? This time where we're allowed to say whatever we want.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's cussing out our boss or venting about a friend or a coworker or something that happened on social media, whatever. Your journal is a sacred place where you're allowed to completely be yourself, and I think that most of the time we are uninhibited when we're allowed to just be ourselves. Like, it just feels really good. It's really good for your mental health. But uh again, this is something you could do digitally if you like. I used to keep a digital journal like way back in college. Do you remember Live Journal?
Yes.
I used to keep a live journal, but now I keep physical journals. I do sometimes journal in my notes app on my phone. Like, if that's all I
Mm-hmm.
got, I will quick type, especially if I'm like angry about something right then and there and I just have my phone and I'd rather vent. This is how I keep from venting in places like Facebook or Instagram and things like that. I do it in my notes. And sometimes people get their messages, sometimes they don't. But it's a good way to kind of release these feelings. And it's a good time, it's a good place to dream. Like, sometimes there have been times where I'm scrolling online and I will see something that I want or like or need or might want in the future, and I'll jot it down or collect a link and save it. And so, any way that you choose to keep a journal, I mean, that's just a beautiful way to keep a journal, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
keeping a journal is good for goal setting because you can put down these wildest dreams that you have, and they're reminders, right? I have had times where I keep a journal every year. I have a journal. And I just actually found a journal from 2017, and I put something in that journal that I now have. I forget what it was specifically. This happens to me all the time, but this just happened the other day. But it happens often. And if you are a person that keeps journal, I encourage you this week, go find an old journal, right? Go find a journal from a year ago, a couple years ago, if you keep them and you have them around somewhere, and see if where you are now is similar to what you wrote. See if you put goals down that you met. I had goals in my journal, of course, going diamond. It worked for a long time. Then going double diamond. Um, Starting my coaching business was in there. Writing my book was in there. Starting my wellness membership website was in there. Starting my blog was in there. Starting this group was in there. All of these things were in some journal that I've had over the years. And I'm telling you, you can look at these things later and it blows your mind the way that you've manifested what you want. All right, so
Mm-hmm.
activity number three. Another way that you can manifest is meditation. Okay, now I get it. People think that meditation is not for them, but can I tell you, you meditate and you don't even realize it. Have you ever watched a movie and realized that while you were watching the movie, you weren't thinking about anything else? You weren't thinking about bills. You weren't thinking about work you had to do. You weren't thinking about the laundry that needed to be folded on your bed. You were just watching the movie. It happens to us all the time. And so I encourage you to think about moving meditation, also a form of meditation, and just genuinely focusing on the things that you want and want to do and want to have and want to be. When your mind isn't full of clutter and all of these things you have got going on, there's a level of clarity that comes with that. And it begins to help you manifest the things that you may not even really know that are there. So it is a beautiful way to, again, manifest the things that you're desiring by meditating. And it's more than just um, physical and psychological benefits. It's brain clarity, it's alertness, it's thinking clearly so that you can be more productive and learning productive habits. You guys, all of this links together. And when you have a clear vision and you consistently remind yourself of this clear vision, you stay on track. It's like you taking a trip across country and you want to go from the East Coast to the West Coast. You have to periodically look at your map because you don't know where you are. If you don't periodically look at this map, you could get thrown off course. If you don't periodically get updates from the navigation, you will get thrown off course. And so when you set a goal and you create this goal and you come up with an idea of what it is that you want to do, be, have, then you remind yourself constantly with vision boards and writing it down in a journal. You ever heard that quote? Right, you got a dream, write it down, make it real. Like, make it real.
Uh-huh.
It ain't real till you write it down. So
Right.
write it down. And then meditation. So meditation is activity number 3. Also, meditation helps with depression, anxiety. It helps you sleep better. It helps with reducing pain. It can help with boosting your immune system. It's great for self awareness. Like, listen, I'm telling you guys, meditation and yoga has literally changed my life. And if you are not a part of that group and you're interested in being in the yoga and meditation group, just drop a comment. We'll make sure you get the link. But you can go to dawnvason.space or javywellness.com/yoga group, I believe. But the group is free. You can join it. You can get some tips on getting started. And then, of course, you could definitely join the Patreon and pay your membership. And we about to do some things in there. You guys, you will learn how to take your meditation to a whole nother level. I have blown my mind. Y'all know I got 4 kids, and they be running back and forth across me, and I can meditate for a whole 10 minutes and not even move for a second. And before, it'd be hard for me to meditate for 2 minutes. I can meditate for 30 minutes. I can meditate for an hour now. And I look up and where'd the time go? If you'd asked me that 3 years ago, I'm like, I can't meditate, dude. I'm not built like that. Doesn't work for me. All right.
Mm.
So, activity number 4 that you can do for goal planning is mind mapping. Are you guys mind mappers? Do you like to mind map? I love to mind map. Okay. Like old school, middle school mind mapping. It looks beautiful to me. I love to get down with a sheet of paper and just draw out the bubbles and the lines. Mind mapping is a wonderful tool. It helps you with thought releasing, and thought releasing is my name for brain dumping because I think brain dumping just sounds negative. So I like to say thought releasing, and mind mapping is a wonderful way to thought release. You can use a piece of paper and a pen. There's apps for that now. There's one called iMindMap. There's Spider Scribe. There's Simple Mind. There's Mind Node. There's another one that I used to have on my phone, but I got rid of. I like to work pen to paper, and for me, that is
Me
best.
too. It
So I
doesn't
like
register
it.
unless I
Just
write it down.
listen, because half of my stuff that's about to go on this vision board, I'm writing. I just gotta wait till I get Sky off my arm, but I'm writing it out because I want to write it out by hand and put it up there and have this physically. And then my journals, I like to write with a pen and paper. My mind mapping, I like to pull out a sheet of paper. I got computer paper over there. I just pull it out and draw. But for me, I like the pen to paper feeling. But there are apps for you if you prefer an app, if you prefer your computer. There are ways that you can do that. Activity number 5 is to attend a goal setting workshop or a goal setting event. Now, this is definitely, we're just hanging out, kind of talking, listening to some music while we throw some things on the board. But an in depth workshop is more of this goal setting boot camp that I've got designed for you guys, right? So, this boot camp that I have set for you guys is it goes over 4 different sections. But the places that you can do things like this is, you know, You can get a coach for this. If you need help with goal setting, this is one of the things that I help a lot of my clients with. And Leela can attest to this because she's gotten some goal setting help from me. And one of the things that I do is I help facilitate people through the process of clearly seeing what it is that they want and a clear step by step plan on how to get there so it's not overwhelming. And a lot of coaches do that. They do offer assistance with that. You can get downloads. I have a lot of worksheets that I do. If you like to work by yourself, I suggest getting some worksheets, figuring out what your goals really truly are, dig deep down for that, figure out how to manifest them, and then turn that into a vision board and then a plan. What I do with my clients is I like to say that we make a pact, right? We make a plan, a clear, concise plan. And what I mean by clear and concise plan is I'm going to sit down with you over the next 30 days and look at this plan and look. Every day we're gonna be doing something to get you a little step to your goals. You know, Leela, no, only day I allow you off is one day a week for some self care. We get to relax, but other than that, we run in 6 days a week if you running with me because we got goals and we have things that we have to do. And no, that doesn't mean that you have to work an entire day, but it does mean that each day you need to take a step closer to what the goal is that you have. And so we talk about creating a goal setting plan in this boot camp, right? And this is like what the boot camp is like a summary of what my one-on-one coaching is for you to do on your own. But we talk about creating this rock solid plan. It's a good foundation for your goals. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. I can't get any of these things on this board if I don't plan for them. I can't achieve the goals that I want. I can't get the money that I want if I don't put in the work. See, we love to live in this, and y'all know I say this all the time. We live in this microwave society where people begin businesses and they start, they sign up for things and then don't do anything with it. But the thing is, we can't just get something for nothing. Even with manifesting, you can put everything that you want up here, but it takes some sort of action on your part. So we make a plan to take action, PA, to stay consistent, C, and give it time, whatever that time frame is. And some goals can be met in 30 days, some 60, 90, some 5, 6. There's things that I've had on my vision board for years, and I ain't got no shame in that. Not a single shred. Okay. It's okay. Now, there are things that you can meet faster than that, but there is no shame in things staying on your board for weeks, months, even years. But as long as you're taking a step closer to that each day, somehow, some way, you on track. All right. So then in lesson 2, we talk about growing your business and your income. Because come on, why are we going to be setting goals if we're not growing business and income?
Facts.
Makes no sense. We can have this beautiful business plan all prettied up and everything, but if we not bringing in the type of income that we're setting out to make, then we got a problem. So we're going to talk about growing your business and your income. Lesson 3 is living your best life. When we talk about walking the walk between business and dream goals, how to lose the I have to do it all mindset.
Lord.
uh, what set and forget means, how to actually make passive income when you wake up. Y'all, I love to wake up now and get payment deposited to your account, items sold. These are good feelings. So when you want to set and forget things, there are things that you can do that you could really be making money in your sleep, especially as a business owner. Practicing for success, this routine that you need to create. Leela, do you have a routine?
I do.
More
I
play
get
with the
up.
routine.
I get up every morning. I check my messages. I might not reply to them, but I look and see if I have any. Then, before I do anything, I go get coffee and get my mind working. Then I start whatever task that I have on my agenda, starting with the most important on down. Whatever doesn't get done that day just automatically turns over to the next day. I no longer I no longer stress myself out about not completing my to-do list because it can roll over to the next day.
Only person we're in competition with is the person we was yesterday.
It's exactly.
That's it. That's
And I had honestly, like, it may sound crazy, but I had to unfollow a lot of like other businesses and other people just because mentally you're not in competition with anybody but yourself. But when you see you guys both started here and essentially you're both doing the same thing to ultimately reach their goal, but they've skyrocketed here, or you it appears as if they skyrocketed, and now you're just sitting here like twiddling your thumbs like I
standing
haven't made
on
right, you know what I'm saying, like I haven't made any money in 2 days, this and that.
comparison is a thief of
meanwhile
joy.
Meanwhile, when you take the different approach, whereas, because some people are really nice and really friendly, and you just end up building a rapport, and next thing you know, come to find out, what you thought wasn't even what the hell was going on. They are still promoting, still being consistent, and still, talking about their small wins. When in actuality, you've had those small wins also, but you feel like your small win didn't have enough impact for it to make a difference in what you think or thought was going on. So for a while, I had to kind of scale back, stop, you know what I mean? Now, when I'm looking at other people's business pages, I'm looking at it more or less like, oh, that's interesting. That was a good idea. That was a good marketing thing that they did. Oh, that was nice. Oh, that was out the box. Let me think of something about me and myself that's out the box, not doing what they did, but for instance, this was the idea that I got from Instagram. Ming Lee, Snob Mob, Snob Life. She sells hair. She does hair, sells hair. So right before all of this pandemic stuff happened, she had like this huge major Instagram sort of marketing campaign that she had. And it was called the leader of the outside. We're going to be outside because it was spring going into summer. So she's like, I'm the leader of the outside. Da 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 da. We're fuckboy free. Blah blah blah. This and that. Had a whole campaign around it. Made
Okay.
thousands. Now all this was due to something that majorly impacted her life, which was the fact that she broke up with her boyfriend, who was her daughter, who is also her daughter's dad. And her daughter's like 2 or 3 years old. So instead of her being like all pissed off about this breakup,
Right.
she used it as, motivation to be like, oh, so she had a whole campaign, and then when the pandemic went, it was easily for her to switch that campaign from the leader of the outside to now she's the leader of the inside because it's a pandemic. And you know what I mean? So
Right.
that right there had me like, let me think of something, you know what I mean? So little things
Right.
like that you don't think of. And another girl did, like, she sells clothes. One of Future's baby moms or whatever. He got a couple of them things. But one of his baby moms, she's very she's owns like an online uh clothing store or whatever. I think she has a storefront in Atlanta. But anyway, she had a whole campaign. It was called the Want It campaign. Now, I'm thinking this girl wanted in real life. Come to find out, these are just her campaigns for her new collection called the Want It collection. And it was super dope. And I was just like, oh, it looked like a whole movie type. How she did her marketing. It was very, very good. Like marketing genius type stuff. So
Love it.
I
Well, see,
loved it. I was like,
a
yes.
lot of people just suffer from imposter syndrome. They just don't think they're good enough. Like I
Yes.
actually talked to one of my clients the other day about this for about an hour. We was talking about imposter syndrome, and I was basically telling her how she has it because she doesn't see how great she is in a lot of areas. And I was like, but you're not alone. I was like, what if I told you I don't really think I'm a good artist? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I really don't. I be
Hmm.
thinking, yeah, no, I'm not all that good.
That's how
I
I
think
feel about my
everybody.
makeup. And my one friend
And
was like, "You're not going to need to take that girl's one-on-one class come
you don't
July."
need to take no class.
She said, "You don't need to take that. You could do that yourself. You don't need her help."
Yep.
I said, "But
Yeah.
she's so good." She said, "Keep your $200."
Listen, I just told her I was like, girl, I'd be ready to spend money on courses I don't even need because
Girl.
imposter syndrome allows me to believe that I don't have the capabilities that I already have.
Yes,
I don't need
right.
water. I don't need nobody certification. I don't need nobody validation. I don't need nobody nothing because I know I can do this. So why are
Right.
we playing this game?
Right.
Why am I playing this game with myself? Why am I selling myself short? Sky, it's okay. So, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
You know how that is. But yeah, y'all. So I think this is what I have so far on my vision board.
And I can
I'm
show you guys mine so far.
gonna move my. Hold
I
on, let me
got
move
some
this closer
stuff
just a
on
little bit.
here. I'm still cutting stuff out, but this is what we got thus far.
Ooh.
I got like 6 more pictures I need to put on here. And then I'm going to hang it right on this wall right here by my bed so that
Mm,
I can see it.
I love it. I love
Another thing that
how you
I have on
plan.
my vision board is within, you heard it here first, within the next 5-ish years. I like how you crept back over in the camera. Like,
You heard it here
that
first.
would have been the perfect meme right there. But anyway, within the next 5 years, I will be a national known brand in cosmetics. I said
Bet,
it. I said
bet,
it and I put it out there, and that's what's going to happen.
bet. And I'll match you with in 5 years, I'll be a nationally known speaker, author.
Hello. Hello. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here
On
first. July
halfway through
5th.
2020 vision board party. It's
Mm-hmm.
recorded. We got proof. It
Yes.
happened. We put big
Yes.
goals at. But that's
Yes.
okay. You know what? And I'm a little scared about that. It's a little scary, but guess what? If your dreams do not scare you, they are not big enough.
I'm scared and I'm scared right now, and I ain't
I'm
even broke
scared
the
right now.
scale.
I be scared every day.
I ain't even broke the seal on nothing because everybody's like, "Oh my God, you're doing so good," and I'm just like if you only knew, I'm over here like
And
going
see,
nuts.
and that is why entrepreneurs need community. Okay. You guys need community. And it doesn't have to be someone that I'm not telling you to go grab your best friend and start a business together because Tinder Wayne,
No,
that's not a
I
good
I
idea.
don't recommend.
I don't
I
recommend that
You
either.
see my face? I do not recommend. I don't recommend it under any family either, unless you're spouses.
And me and Leela been best friends for a long time. We ain't doing that. That's how you ruin friendships. Okay. I
Listen,
suggest that you both get something that you can work and encourage each other and maybe help each other in that
and
sense.
then maybe
But
come together for a
don't do
moment.
no business together. Don't do
Mm-mm,
that.
mm-mm,
But get you some people who have similar goals. If think about the 5 people that you spend the most time with, you guys, on or offline. Are they dream chasers? Are they go getters? Are they every day saying, I'm gonna do this, and then a few months later they done did it? Okay. One thing I could say about me and Leela and our circle, we we set the goal and we go get that
right.
Might some take a little bit longer than others, but I think over the past few years we have like scrapped whole vision boards because everything on it was checked off. It's
Checked
time for
off.
This is a brand new board. All
Mm-hmm.
2020 stuff, because everything from that 2019 and 2018, I done checked off.
Yeah, me too.
Done. I don't need it there no more. And
The
so,
crazy thing about it for my 2020, remember I said by the end of this year, I wanted to not be working for Anthem anymore. And
I told you it was.
literally 30 days later, they fired me. Like,
And then it was a manifestation at that point because you didn't know you was about to get fired. You thought you needed the job, but everything worked out anyways. But
and I have not missed a beat.
we've talked
Like,
about that before. But see, you just didn't think that you had what it takes to do that. This imposter syndrome, this idea that you're not worthy.
because I was like, I need my job to fund my business. I need my job to fund my business. Where in actuality, at this point, it allowed me to be more creative with my business in order to attract the customers that I want. Throughout since February up until now, since I've been hardcore with my business and everything like that, like my following and my followers have changed so much. Like
Same here.
like they have changed so much, and people that have been following me for years that I've never known that we were even Facebook friends are now coming to them. I'm like, where the hell you come from? Meanwhile, we've been Facebook friends for 10 years. When? You know what I'm saying? So right. So just manifesting and speaking things into existence, praying about it, writing it down, figuring out what small things it takes to get to that has helped me a lot, because I can have a big goal and say, oh, okay, in 5 years, I'm going to be a national known brand in the cosmetic and skincare industry. And I could just be sitting here not doing anything about that to even get there. Or I may not even, I haven't even researched how to even get to that path. Like that's an overwhelming goal. But if I say, okay, today I'm going to order my samples of my eyeliners, I'm gonna order my samples of this. I'm gonna reach out to this person for this to see. I'm gonna ask if they can make me a custom formula, send me samples. Okay, these 2 samples, yeah, they only cost $10 a piece, but dang, I gotta pay this $30 for shipping. Dang, so that's $60 for 2 items that only cost me $20. But when you think about it, that $60 that I spent for that sample, which actually turned out to be great, helped me build a rapport with my manufacturer that helps me with my cosmetics. So now when I come back to you a week or 2 weeks later, ready to order my inventory, I'm coming with the gusto because I already know that I like it, that it works. I've been using it for a week or two. And that's a lot of things that people don't understand. When you're in a retail type of industry and you're selling type of products that's like skincare or clothing, it is your due diligence to try that stuff out before you present it to your customers. Even if you order one for yourself and you don't and you don't keep any of it on hand in stock, and maybe you do a drop shipping, that's
for
fine.
any business too, because with the books that I wrote and I'm selling and stuff, like I'm not just selling books of stuff that I don't believe in and practice myself. Like, why I'm gonna tell people, oh, do this, and I won't do it myself. Like,
you know what? You'd be surprised at how many people are selling and recommending products and services that they've never used ever in their whole life.
I bet you I know.
Crazy. And I'm trying to figure out, how are you giving proper knowledge or information of the product if I'm asking you something about it and you can't even tell me you used it, your mom used it, your aunt used it.
You'd be like, what does it taste like? They'd be like, I don't know.
Like,
what does it feel like? I don't know.
I don't know. You just don't know nothing. Like, so
okay, I'm just gonna
I'm right. Like, and it's just, bruh, that's gonna get you a whole lot of backlash.
Random off subject, your hair looks cute.
Thank you.
I did that one
Thank
for
you.
him.
My homegirl hooked it up this time
I was like,
again.
yeah.
And she was super fast this time too. She must have had extra Red Bulls. No, she had like 3 heads she had to braid, so she was getting me up out of there.
She said she wants the extra Red Bulls. I
Listen,
am
cause
missing a picture. I don't know what I did with it. Karina cut
she,
up her pictures for her board, but then she went and did something else. She said she got no, she got mad at me, and she was like, "Well, I'm not doing your vision board party no more." I'm gonna
she's
send
a
it to you
mess.
in a box.
She's a mess.
Oh
I like
man,
this
that's so
poster board thing because it's the thick one, and I can still put like
I
thumbtacks
love
in it.
this. That's the one that I had when we first uh when we were at the old house. Like the
Hmm.
one that I had the truck and everything. Remember the one that I had the check marks next to everything?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was what I used for that one. Listen, I was on that vision board. I was like, I am checking everything off as I get it.
Listen.
I had the places I wanted to go, the things I wanted to do, and I did everything that year. I
Yeah,
went.
that's what I
We
gotta put
traveled.
on here next. The
We traveled
places I
for
want to go.
7 months straight. 7 months straight. Me and Brian were traveling until I got pregnant with her,
Mm,
which we know.
that's that's an unforgettable Florida trip. That's all I'm gonna say.
And we all got pregnant.
Like, how the hell does
But
that
yeah,
even? I'm just like, bruh. It was like a trickle down effect. I came back first, like, it's me.
like I didn't put
And,
that on my vision board. I didn't put that I wanted a baby.
and then you came through a couple weeks later, like, it's me too. I'm like,
I was like, I
damn.
was like, I was like, I was like, you lying? I am not pregnant because you had just said you was pregnant. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
And then like
good
2 weeks
for her.
later,
I don't
here
want
comes
no baby.
Chanel.
I was like, how you in a circle with your three best friends and all three of y'all get
Yo, that was just a wild,
pregnant?
wild year. 2018 was,
Our little blessings.
yes, it was definitely a fun time.
See, this is
Definitely a fun time.
I hate when I put stuff on there and you can't see stuff because the way I position it. This one right All right. Well, I think I'm looking pretty good over here.
I'm pretty much done too. I'm about to glue all my stuff down.
Yeah, I'm about to put
I
these
got to
out.
get my markers. I got to write some stuff on here with my markers.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to get. I'm gonna use these stickers for what I want to write because this paper wasn't working the way I wanted to. This felt
Um,
paper, it doesn't like these markers. So there's that.
I wanted the foam letters that they usually have at Dollar Tree, but they didn't have them like the foam sticky letters.
Oh, they had them when I went down there, but I don't like them. Or I didn't like the ones they had. They were too little.
Okay, yeah,
I
they
like the
usually
bigger
have like
ones.
a couple different sizes.
Yeah. But this will work for now, and I'm going to put some more things on here. But I'm gonna put more of my affirmations on here because I like
Yeah,
my
I got to do that too because this is the big picture of
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
had at
doing.
least three more pictures.
I think I got some veggies on the grill.
All right, girl. Well, yeah, that was pretty much all. I just wanted to hang out for like an hour and get the day
Yeah.
together. Share a couple of these tips on ways you can attract what you want. And
Yes.
so, if you did hang out with us, thanks for hanging
Thank
out.
you. We appreciate
Is
it, even though
Mickey
I
is
was
still
late to
here?
the
Is Mickey? We love
party.
you. Yeah, because Mickey was on there. So
I
if Mickey,
seen that.
there we go. But yeah, that is it. So continue to work on your vision boards. I will drop a picture of mine
I will
on the
post a
wall
picture of
when
mine
we're done.
too. in
And
a little
my
bit.
my 4-year-old made one too, so or she's going to make one. She got all her pictures, so we just got to glue hers together, and I'll drop hers
I'm
too
gonna have
because
Zay make one.
you ain't never too young to make one. Dewey's supposed to be making one too. He was going to do the live with me, but he fell asleep and he was like, "No, I'm not doing it." So he'll have one too. And actually, he has a shadow box, so I'm gonna do his in the shadow box. So you
You
guys
know
can.
what? I thought about this one girl I know makes the shadow boxes, but I might make it myself. I'm pretty
Yeah, I was
crafty.
like, I thought about doing a shadow box too, but I like my cork board. I like to
I
be
think
able
I'm gonna do
to.
a shadow box for Zay with his little stuff in
Yeah,
there.
Mika was like, I don't know, mom. But Reen had her goals. She was like, I want to learn how to read. I want to learn how to dance. And she was like, I want to learn how to do yoga. And then she said something else. Like she had her stuff, and she want to learn how to write her name and something else.
Oh,
Shorty had her goals,
I know that's right. Boo, boo.
but yeah, the boys know the story.
Girl, you gotta poke and pry too much information out of them. You
Yeah.
gotta like really ask, and what else?
And
And
not
and
Fortnite, girl. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. We will
enjoy
see
your
y'all next time.
Sunday.
Yes, we will be back probably next month with a tip video for you guys because we're trying to do like once a month. Come and share some tips with you guys live. We did miss last month, but June was crazy. We were celebrating.
Yeah, June was nutty.
We were celebrating Juneteenth. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yes, I was. It was a lot going on in June. So
All right. Well, we will see you guys later. Have a
peace
wonderful afternoon.
out.
And have a wonderful week. Like if you guys are planning your week on Sundays, like me and Leela plan our weeks on Sundays. If you guys are planning your week, map it out. Do your time blocking sheet if you have one. I actually have one that I can upload in the files for you guys. But use a time blocking sheet. Block out what time that you have to do work or you have doctor's appointments or whatever it is that you have to do. Block out that time and then see what is left and figure out what time you have that you can work on your goals. Okay? Because there's some time that you can find, even if it's an hour a day, and you can work on your goals. Don't make the excuses. Make it do what it do and get what you want because it's yours, it's owed to you. And if you have written it down, now comes the point where you attract it by taking some action. So take that action.
And don't spend your whole day helping someone reach their goals and not doing anything to reach your
Exactly.
own.
Exactly. All right, we'll
One
catch
thing
y'all
a day
later.
is all it
Yeah,
takes.
right. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that at all.
Right.
We'll catch
One thing a
y'all
day. Do one thing a day,
later. Yeah.
regardless of what it is, big or small. It all
Tell the people.
counts.
Tell the people. She sound like
Listen,
me.
no, I know firsthand because, yeah. So just do it. Do it.
Say, ask me how I know.
Listen, I, as everybody knows, they probably could be a little further or whatever in life or whatever, but I know for a fact if I would have been doing stuff a while ago, I wouldn't be having certain stuff on my vision board right now. I know that for a
It's
fact too.
still up there. We gonna get it done.
But better late than never. As long as I'm alive, I got moments to achieve my goals. So y'all do.
Okay. All right. Well, I will talk to you later, girl.
All right. Y'all all have a good Sunday. Post those dream boards.